the vlog. This is Emily with ENC Greenhouse, and today we are going to start our batch of 7-day pickles. They're sweet pickles and they're really good, and a friend of mine shared the recipe with me and I've been making them for a few years now. So I'm really excited to share them with you guys. So you're gonna go ahead and slice all of your pickles up. Obviously cut out any spots that you don't like. Then you're going to boil water and soak them overnight. I'll drain them off in the morning, and then I'm going to show you guys how to make the mixture for them. And then every day for 6 days after that, you're going to add a cup of sugar to each batch that you do. For now, I'm going to slice pickles. Batches, and I'm still left over with a ton of cucumbers, which is great. I'll probably start more later today. Now that we have all of our cucumbers sliced up, we need to fill a very large pot with boiling water. Okay. Another really important thing that I left out at the beginning is that you do not want to do these in a metal pan. So no aluminum, no stainless steel, no like non-stick, whatever, because it's got alum powder and it's got vinegar and sugar, and those things are just not good for your metal pots to sit in for a whole, because they don't have a lot of big bowls. I do use a couple of crock pots and I line them with the crock pot liner. So my third batch is in a big plastic bowl. I'm gonna put a half a cup of salt on top of each batch. Right now, I'm waiting for the water to boil. In the meantime, we're gonna run up and give all of our cucumber scraps to the chickens. So come with me and come say hi to the girls. Right, so we dumped out all of our cucumber scraps to the chicken. The other day, our guineas hatched like 8 chicks. And the mom and dad are really protective. I don't know where they are right now. Lexi told me to be careful when I came up here because they're shorter than the grass. So we need to be careful to make sure that we don't step on them. So let's get back in the house and get back to the cucumbers. Just make sure that you pour enough to cover your cucumbers. Got all of our cucumbers covered. We're gonna put lids on them and we're gonna let them soak overnight. Tomorrow morning, we'll drain them off and we'll get started on our sugar vinegar brine. Welcome back to day 2 of sweet pickle processing. You have let these sit overnight for a whole 24 hours. We just got back from Bible study, so I'm going to drain all of these off, and then we're going to show you how to make the brine to soak them in for the next 6 days. And each day after today, you will add 1 cup of sugar each day. I've got a colander in the sink, and you're just going to very carefully dump it all off. Now that that is done, you're going to want to get a very large pot. The recipe calls for the equivalent of about 2 quarts of ingredients. So I'm going to use a very large stock pot because I made 3 batches. And I'm just going to show you what's going to go into here. Okay, so you need a quart of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of celery seed, 1 teaspoon of pickling spices, and 1 teaspoon of alum powder. These are the ingredients for 1 batch. I'm doing 3, so I'm gonna do this times 3 in a gigantic pot. You'll also need 1 cup of sugar. Now we're going to bring all of this to a boil, and once it is boiling, you're going to let it cool just a little bit, and you're going to cover your cucumbers again. And this is going to sit until tomorrow when we add another cup of sugar. We don't eat things as sweet as most people. I actually only use 2/3 of a cup per day, and they're still plenty sweet. So if you notice that you don't want pickles that are very, very sweet, you can always cut back on the sugar. They're just more of a sour taste. So you're almost making like a sweet and sour pickle. We have brought our brine to a boil, and I've let it cool enough where I can handle it and where it won't melt the 1 plastic bowl that I'm using. Let's dip this in and divide it between our batches. You just want to make sure that you put enough on top of the cucumbers to cover them. Your sugar over the next several days is going to create more of a liquid too, so you don't want to cover them too much. So I'll see you back here for the next 5 days adding sugar. Alright, it is day 3, and on day 3 you add 1 more cup of sugar to each of your batches. So we are going to do that. Pickle?
Yeah.
Not ready yet.
Like it?
Maybe. Not good?
It'll be good with whatever.
There's 2 different ways that you can store your pickles once they're done. You can just put them in a container and keep them in your refrigerator for a couple of weeks and just eat them. I like to can mine because I make so many at a time that my family can only eat so many pickles at one time. When you can these, you're going to take all of the pickles out of your containers and put them in the jars. We'll get that done. And then we will put all of our liquid into a pot to boil and spoon over our pickles. They're packed pretty tightly, and I like to make sure I fit a whole lot of them in one jar. You still need to add 1 more cup of sugar on day 7. If you put them in the refrigerator, go ahead and add your cup before you put them in the refrigerator. If you're going to can them, put the cup of sugar into the liquid before I start to boil it to spoon into the jars. Then we're going to bring the liquid to a boil. To share in the description how to make these pickles, because I've had so many people ask me about them and I figured making a video would be fun, and I just wanted to share those with you guys.